But two, I also believe that you need to have the financial literacy. You need to be financially educated for you to be able to thrive financially in Canada. What I've seen is that the Canadian system, it rewards those people who understand how to navigate the system. There are so many opportunities that you can explore, so many ways of investing, so many ways of, handling your finances in such a way that you succeed and you thrive. But if you don't know and if you are not informed, how are you going to know how to employ those methods? I don't like calling it tax-free savings account. Actually, I like calling it tax-free investment account, because when I came to Canada, I didn't know. I just heard people saying tax-free savings account. They call it TFSA. So when people were just saying your TFSA, invest money in your TFSA, put money in your honestly, if no one tells you, or maybe if you don't research, that's why I said if you don't educate yourself, some of these things will just pass you by. Hello, my name is Judith and welcome to Judith's Corner. This is a space where we talk about what it really means to thrive in Canada beyond arriving. On this platform, I love sharing honest conversations around money, life, career, raising kids in Canada, building wealth, and many lessons that I'm learning from my experiences as I navigate life in Canada as an immigrant. In today's video, I want us to focus on how you can thrive financially in Canada as an immigrant. I have 6 points, or can I say 6 ways that I'm going to focus on, or maybe let's call them 6 methods that you can employ for you to be able to thrive financially in Canada. But I'm not saying whatever I'm going to share is what you should stick to. The list that I'm going to give is not exhaustive of everything that one can do to thrive financially. I'm just sharing information based on my experiences and what I'm learning as I go. So if you really want to know about how you can plan your finances in Canada, you need to seek the advice of a financial advisor or financial planner. Otherwise, what I'm sharing here is very general based on my experiences. Before we even start talking about thriving financially, I think the first point that I can raise for you to be able to thrive financially, you need to have the discipline, the financial discipline. You need to be able to save money. When you get your salary, what do you do first? Are you going to just take everything, pay bills, support maybe family back home without paying yourself first? It is very important that when your paycheck comes, you pay yourself first. Operate on a budget. Whether you are an individual or you're working as a couple, I feel that it is very important for you to have a budget that you follow so that you stick to it and you are able to put aside some money. And when you are saving money, you are actually saving your future, because that gives you financial freedom in the near future. So financial discipline is big and it's very important, because that's what is going to enable you to thrive financially in the end. I know that the Canadian system, everything is accessible. You can be doing shopping while you're in bed, shopping online, buying all those sorts of stuff from Shein, from Amazon, Temu, and there are just so many shopping platforms, and everything is just accessible to you in such a way that if you don't employ the discipline to buy what you need and not just go on impulsive buying, then you will find that you will not be able to save much. And how then are we going to thrive eventually? So it is very important to have the discipline. Don't go around just swiping your credit card anyhow. And credit card, you swipe it, but you need to be able to pay at the end of the month. Don't go around paying only the minimum balance, because before you know it, you find yourself in debt. So financial discipline is very important in Canada if we are going to thrive financially. So that's number one. Number two, I also believe that you need to have the financial literacy. You need to be financially educated for you to be able to thrive financially in Canada. What I've seen is that the Canadian system, it rewards those people who understand how to navigate the system. There are so many opportunities that you can explore, so many ways of investing, so many ways of handling your finances in such a way that you succeed and you thrive. But if you don't know and if you are not informed, how are you going to know how to employ those methods? So it is very important when you come to Canada, educate yourself. There are so many nowadays. Knowledge is also very accessible. Go on YouTube, watch videos about how to invest in Canada, how to buy properties in Canada, or just listen to stories of other immigrants, and also read books about finances so you educate yourself, because I believe that the way we handle finances in this part of the world is very different from how we handle finances back home. So it's very important for you to educate yourself and have the financial literacy that is needed for you to be able to succeed, because many opportunities are there and you need to know how to explore and use those opportunities to your advantage. So that's number two. Number three, real estate investment, buying properties. So many immigrants are doing well in this area. And when I came to Canada, I used to think that that was the only way, but that will come later. I'll tell you a story about that. But real estate, it's another sure way of building wealth and making sure that you are buying financial freedom. Many immigrants, we are good at saving. So many people, they don't really take time before they own that first home. But like I said, for you to own a first home, you need to have some money. You need to have a down payment. Once you have your first home, you can go on to buy a second, third. People are owning many properties, guys, and people are doing really big things. So that's another way. And again, you need to educate yourself. You don't just go around blindly buying houses. I think that's like a whole, education on itself, like to learn about real estate and what kind of properties you can buy, what kind of properties you can invest in, how when you are buying a property, what are the things that you look at. But that's one way also of making sure that you thrive financially in Canada. Buy properties, invest in real estate, because it's a real asset that you are investing into, and you are assured of having returns, of having an income that will help you to thrive as an immigrant. And another way of making sure that you eventually thrive financially in Canada. Canada has two accounts that the government uses to help people to build wealth, or can I say to save money. I'm going to talk about the tax-free savings account and the registered retired savings plan. So those are two ways. With the tax-free savings account, this is an account that is actually used, or that you can use to save your money. I don't like calling it tax-free savings account. Actually, I like calling it tax-free investment account, because when I came to Canada, I didn't know. I just heard people saying tax-free savings account. They call it TFSA. So when people were just saying your TFSA, invest money in your TFSA, put money in your honestly, if no one tells you, or maybe if you don't research, that's why I said if you don't educate yourself, some of these things will just pass you by. So we had to learn the hard way about the tax-free savings account. I'm coming to that. But like I said, this is an account where you can put your money. There's an annual limit, like the government puts a limit on how much you can put in that account. I think last year it was 7,000. Even this year, 2026, you can put 7,000 into your tax-free savings account. And when the money is in that account, you can invest the money. So buy shares, invest in the stock market, and the money grows tax-free. So this is a sure way of building wealth. It's an account that is there that you can explore and use. It helps you to save, and at the same time it helps you to invest so your money can grow, and whatever dividends or capital gains you are earning in that account, they are growing tax-free. So it's actually a sure way of even building a legacy. Imagine from the time you get into Canada and you open your tax-free savings account and you start contributing every year the maximum amount. You just need to make sure that you are not over contributing, because there's a limit to how much you can contribute. Like I said, this year 2026, the annual limit is 7,000. So if you contribute into your tax-free savings account, you are able also to build wealth, and that's your way to thriving financially in Canada. Who can open a tax-free savings account? If you are 18 years of age, you don't need to have permanent residence for you to open a tax-free savings account, and you need, of course, to be a Canadian tax resident. So if you are a resident in Canada, you have a job and you are able to contribute, then that helps you to build wealth and to eventually be able to thrive, because that's the goal at the end of the day. Another account that you can use, before I talk about the registered retired savings plan, I want to share a story and what happened to us when we came to Canada. Like I said, if you are not informed, that's why I'm stressing on financial literacy, because it's very important. You need to know. We didn't know, you are just coming into Canada, you don't know much, and there's a whole lot that is happening. So what happened is we had some small savings that we brought from Africa, and when we went to the bank to open our account, the person who helped us, they opened a tax-free savings account for us to put our savings that we brought from Africa into that account. Did we know that it was a tax-free savings account? And did we know that there's a limit? And somehow also maybe there was, can I say, miscommunication between the person who helped us. I'm not going to mention the bank, but that's what happened. So we over contributed because we were just coming into Canada, and then you put money that is above the contribution limit for that year. And of course, just coming in, your contribution limit is zero. Like, you are just coming into Canada, you are not a tax resident, and come 1 year later, we received, when we filed our taxes, we received a letter from the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agents, and they were telling us that we over contributed and the money has earned some interest, so we had to pay a penalty. This is something that we did not know. We were not informed. Not to blame the bank or the person who helped us, but I'm just saying, if you don't understand the systems, you can actually lose money. If you don't understand the systems, you will never be able to explore some of these opportunities. So that's when we learned, and we learned the hard way, like with the tax-free savings account. Oh, so there's a contribution limit, so you don't need to over contribute. Oh, so you can actually invest. It's not only a savings account, but it's an account that you can actually use to grow your money and be able to see your money growing tax-free. There are no limits to how much you can withdraw. So it's a very important tool, or can I say an important account that you can use in terms of building wealth with the goal to thrive financially in Canada. Enough about the tax-free savings account. Another account that you can also use to build wealth and to be able to invest that the government uses is called the Registered Retired Savings Plan. With the Registered Retired Savings Plan, again, this is an account, a regulated account by the government that you can open. You open it through your bank, you can open it through a brokerage, and this is again an account where you can put money into when you file your first tax return if you become a Canadian tax resident. when you get your tax return, that's when you can be able to know your contribution limit. Let's say if your contribution limit is 10,000 and in that particular year, you are able to contribute 10,000 into your registered retired savings plan, then it means it reduces the amount of tax that the government is going to tax you by 10,000. So it's a very important account, but most financial advisors or people that I know who have also advised me, this one, maybe it gives more advantage to high income earners. So if you earn a high income and you know that you fall under a high tax bracket, then you can use the RRSP for you to be able to reduce the amount of money or the amount of tax that the government is going to charge you for your salary. So that's another account again that you can use for you to build wealth and invest. So when you contribute money into your registered retired savings plan account, you are contributing money and you can also invest the money. Just that the RRSP, it has restrictions, like when it comes to withdrawing, eventually when you start withdrawing the money, like when you retire. But it's an account that you can use to save for your retirement, and at the same time you are able to invest. So these are two accounts that you can actually use. So it's not only real estate, it's not only buying properties, but you can also use these two accounts to invest. And I mean, the earlier you start, the better. So if you have kids, once they reach the age of 18 and maybe they are earning an income, they are filing their taxes, then they are able to explore all these accounts and be able to invest. For me, the moment I discovered the tax-free savings account, of course, RRSP, my kids are still young, they cannot use it, but the one who's over 18, I already made him start investing, because once you start investing, you also have a longer period of time for your money to compound. I'll bring experts. I'm looking for people who are well versed, like they know investments and how to invest and all that. I'll bring experts so that they can share with us, and then we can learn and grow together. So besides these two accounts, also another way that you can thrive financially in Canada is, I know that back then a 9-to-5 job used to be the thing. Like that was the only plan. Like if you have a job, you have stability, you can be able to build your income and all. But nowadays you find that with the way the world is going, and with AI, technological advancements that are coming, it is also important to think about starting a business. Start a business with AI. There are so many things that you can do. So many people are going into offering starting service-based businesses where you offer your services online, or maybe you start an e-commerce shop, or you open a shop online, go on shopping. There are so many things that you can do to start a business and start earning some income. So don't only rely on your 9-to-5. As an immigrant, Canada has so many opportunities that you can explore, especially when it comes to building wealth, investing, and saving money. So I feel like if you have a 9-to-5, it's okay, but it's also important to also think of a plan B. Many people nowadays, you can even write books if you are good at writing. There are so many things that you can do, so many businesses that you can start as a way of earning an income with the goal to thrive financially, of course. So I mean, Canada has many opportunities. There are so many things, so many avenues that you can explore for you to make it and settle down, build a life, build wealth, and be able to thrive financially. Don't forget financial discipline. You need to have financial discipline. You need to be financially educated. You can invest in real estate. You can open the TFSA, the tax-free savings account. You can open the registered retired savings plan. You can start a business, and all those are methods and ways that you can employ for you to be able to thrive financially in Canada. I hope this was helpful and it will help you to have something to reflect on or build on. These are conversations or lessons that I'm going to be sharing based on my experience and what I'm learning from other people around me. If you would love to stay connected, please feel free to subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I upload videos once a week, and we can stay connected as we learn and grow together. Otherwise, stay blessed. Until next time.